Thank you, Denny, and thank you all. It's we are fortunate to have a little time left over, and so I'd like to open it up to questions and answers, of course. And I'll throw out the first question to get us going, and then I will run around and accommodate you to ask all the questions you would like. But Anndrea, as an employee of one of the two largest hemp companies in Canada, I thought maybe you could tell us a little bit about what makes Hemp Oil Canada what it is, how you get the hemp, you get help from farmers, how do you work that, and let everybody know a little bit about that, and then we'll go to questions from the audience.
Okay, great. So essentially what happens is that we put the producers under contract. There are different types of contracting, first right of refusals and things of that sort. In addition to that, we have an agronomic team that actually assists the producers in learning how to cultivate hemp better. We have a network where we can hook producers up with other producers that have similar types of equipment and things of that sort. Now granted, that's taken us 10 years to actually develop these types of programs. We produce a grower's guide that helps our producers. Continue support and local crop diversification works to look at different types of fertilizers, organic, those kinds of things. Then we take the grain into the facility where then it's either delivered clean or dirty. If it's dirty straight from the bin, then we clean it in our facility. Then from there, it's crushed, cold pressed. From that, you get the oil. The oil's then filtered or not filtered depending on what kind of capacity you have and equipment you have. The cake that comes after that, which is the remaining seed, is then milled into different types of protein powders and human fiber products. We also do toasted hemp seed, sterilized hemp seed, and then custom blending. And then those products are sold bulk, wholesale, and private label packaging all over the world. So when you go to the body shop and places of that sort, that's our hemp oil there. Dr. Bronner's Hemp Soap. We're very proud to be a what we call fair deal, which is domestic fair trade. It's very important, I think, also to be thinking about what's going on away from us, but what about right here? The employees I work with happy? Do they get their pay? So we are a fair deal company, and we're proud to support, to be that ingredient on the domestic side that adds to the products. We are right now working on some products, some developments that will actually help the economics. One of those is an animal feeding trial to get hemp registered as animal feed. So that's really important and will have a huge impact on the producer and the economics of where the producer can sell product.
Thanks, Andrew.
Second is, what's the state of hemp in Washington? Do you have any lobbying when it comes to that?
The state of industrial hemp in Washington is we're far behind where we should be. I mean, our neighbor Oregon is just on the brink of passing a law, and it's something. I mean, California passed one 2 years ago, and it was vetoed by the governor and not overridden. But we're right nationally. Every state that's agricultural is on the brink. We're waiting essentially for the break in the ice. It's sort of like Obama's Attorney General saying, well, we're not going to raid states that have medical marijuana laws. All of a sudden that changes the entire landscape of what's possible. And on the 23rd of July, front page article on the Wall Street Journal saying cannabis is open for business. And essentially we're lagging behind here in the state of Washington in terms of industrial hemp, but as soon as the ice breaks anywhere, we're going to be there.
I was wondering if you could expound on what Ron Paul and Barney Frank's legislation actually entitles. I know you talked about it a little bit in that last question, but...
Well, it's called the Industrial Hemp Farming Act, and of 2009. HR 1866, I believe, is the number. And it has about, I think at last count, it was only 14 co-sponsors. Representative Barney Frank of Massachusetts is the primary Democratic co-sponsor, and it's a pretty, there's more Democrats sponsoring the bill, but I think there's 4 Republicans and the rest are Democrats. This bill is very short. The language is short and brief. That's Ron Paul all the way. It just says that basically state-regulated hemp programs will not be misconstrued to be as marijuana by the federal government. That's all it takes. Marijuana is the leaves and the flowers of the plant under the Controlled Substances Act. THC is illegal in synthesized form or in the form of marijuana. The stalks, the fiber, the herd, the seed, the oil, the seed cake, all of that is exempt from the Controlled Substances Act currently. That's the reason why Anndrea can import hemp seed from Canada into the United States, but we can't grow it here because you can't, grow a plant without the leaves and the flowers. And actually, maybe Anndrea would like to weigh in on the genetics of this a little bit.
I guess I can say one thing that would happen economically that we have to be aware of on both sides is that with hemp cultivation, you're dependent upon pollination. So that means pollen in the air. So I think we also have to realize the impacts that hemp cultivation in particular areas would have on the medicinal and recreational use. To talk about what other part of genetics there?
Well, that was basically it. I was just, hemp farming isn't meant for everywhere. It was just on my mind. It's like, if you have to be careful where you grow it. It's really going to do very well in the Midwest, and it already is doing well in the central part of Canada. So, and it could do well in the South. It was grown there for very tall hemp plants, but I guess, to be more specific about the bill, Ron Paul's thing is just straightforward.